Hello and good day. So, today I'm going to talk about the value of the skill of home cooking. Nowadays, especially among younger people, uh, people have a tendency to go out to eat, which is fine, to have easier or tasty and convenient food. But a lot of people, especially those who just enter the workforce and or just moved out and haven't really settled in and gotten in a habit, their first habit develops into them constantly buying fast food. Now, the problem with this, besides health reasons, is the cost. Fast food is not cheap. It's a relatively cheap product, and if they made it much cheaper, they probably wouldn't make money due to work, labor, and time and math, sales, and all kinds of different variables. So it's not their fault or not them overcharging you, but it's just a matter of you are spending for somebody else to make you a specific product. And, the cost, say, of an average meal, even if you keep it on lower end, it's still $5 or $6. Versus a home cooked meal usually is more like $2. To explain how you figure out what the value or cost of a home meal, especially since you usually buy ingredients in large quantities. The idea is you figure out what the cost of the ingredients are and divide it by how many meals they make. Say, for example, something simple like a pack of spaghetti and a can of sauce. Say the pack of spaghetti, for simplicity's sake, let's say a pack of spaghetti is, let's say $1.50 for the spaghetti, $1.50 for the can of sauce, and that's for one person. So so that's pretty much the last two meals. So that's $1.50 for a meal, because it's $1.50 plus $1.50, which is $3 total, divided by the fact that the last two meals for one person, that's $1.50 per meal. Versus going somewhere and buying something at a fast food place, you're probably spending $5+. You're spending a 200-300% price increase or cost for the convenience of going to another place to have it served to you. And it's not really a time saver, because it might take you 15-30 minutes to cook you something, and it takes you 15-30 minutes to drive somewhere, pick up the food, and drive back. It doesn't really save you time. Not really worth the cost anyway. Now, it's still convenient. It's nice quality, nice tasting food. And sometimes, if you're out and can't really get to a kitchen to cook, that is a more convenient, answer. However, when you're mostly at home, you will save a lot of money by cooking your own food, packing your own lunches for work, that kind of thing. It is significantly cheaper to produce your own food, or cook up your own meals using ingredients at stores that would usually, again, a meal might go for $2. So you eat 3 times a day, that's $6 a day. For 30 days, that's $180. Versus, say, you eat at fast food once a day plus a normal meals. So, $4 for 2 meals plus $5 for simplicity's sake, let's say $6 for a fast food meal. So $10 a day, $300 a month. That's a whole $120 extra for just, having to go somewhere else to buy your food rather than cooking it yourself. And it's not that going to fast food is, going to a restaurant, let's put it that way, going to a restaurant is bad, per se. Depending on the quality of food, it might even be healthy. But the cost, because there has to be cost because they have to make a profit. So whatever they pay and put together, they have to make a profit on it. That's perfectly fine, perfectly reasonable, and it would be silly of them not to. And it just wouldn't be if you didn't. Well, let's put it this way. You are spending for that service, that product, and they need to make a profit on that to be able to want to do that and to be able to continue doing so. However, if you are trying to save money, especially if you're still not financially free, financially set, then that is a easy way that people overspend, and a easy way for people to conserve and make sure that they are living below their means and actually able to survive. Because food costs can be a pretty big deal of several $100s of your monthly budget, and you are doubling that just for the convenience of having somebody else cook it for you. So that is why the skill of home cooking is a very valuable skill that can save you a couple $100s a month for one person. And that's just talking about one person. When you start getting multiple people, especially if you start, adding side things like drinks and desserts to your meals, which are always far more expensive at restaurants, and so that drastically inflates the percentage of cost. Where otherwise you can cook at home, it doesn't really cost you any more time for most of your things. You're not making a feast. You're not making a 4-hour lasagna or whatever, or even an hour-long pie, or a couple hours if it needs to set or anything, or bake, but most of your meals usually can be made pretty quickly and cost a lot less, and you can get pretty good at making food just as tasty or tastier than just a regular restaurant. It's just a matter of learning how to cook and learning how to flavor. And it is a lot cheaper, and especially a very valuable skill for younger people to have when they're still not financially free and they're just establishing their foundation and trying to stay within a budget, trying to live below their means, trying to manage their money properly, trying to succeed, trying to survive and thrive. So hopefully this helps you guys to understand that the value of home cooking and the risk of going out to a restaurant, and that's just for the lower end of eating $5 or $6 meals for one person. That can easily, I've heard that, people who seriously go out on date nights or, inflate the price to, $50+ for one or two people. And although that's not wrong, that's not bad if you have the freedom and money to do so and want to spend your resources on that luxury. But if you're just barely getting by, or you're trying to establish a better future, is that really worth it to you? So if you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you like hearing more content like this, feel free to subscribe, and have a good day.